Coming up next, should you reevaluate your job post-pandemic? And what states are offering unemployed people bonuses to return to work? And we take your calls. And it all starts right now. All right, here we go. Coming to you live from Ramsey Solutions Studios in Nashville. You've joined a conversation about you. Who you really are and what you were created to do, where you can do it, where you want to do it, and then how to get there. We're talking about moving you from paycheck to purpose. We're talking about showing you, equipping you, and helping place you in a job where you make the income you need and the impact you want. Life is way too short to just have a job. You know this inherently. And so we have a wide audience, diverse, but we're all united by one thing. We want to make a difference. And you can do that in your work. You really can. Do what you love and make plenty of money. 844-747-2577 is the number. 844-747-2577. Before we get to the phones, let's just take a quick check. Let's just do a quick check. Should we be reevaluating our careers, our jobs, post-pandemic? Does that question even change when we're talking about a pandemic or not? The answer is no. So the answer is to the big question, yeah, we should reevaluate, but it shouldn't have to do with the post-pandemic situation. It should be a regular evaluation. You evaluating where you are in your career, in your current job, should be something you do on a regular basis. But absolutely, we are seeing people, because of the shutdown and the tremendous change, it forces you to look at your current situation. It just does. And so that's a good thing. But I want to address the bigger issue. On a regular basis, you should be evaluating or reevaluating, depending on your situation, where you are. Now, let's look at two things. How do we do it? Well, number one, we want to always apply what I call the sweet spot over top of your situation. The sweet spot is where you are using what you do best, your talent, to do work you love, passion, to accomplish results that matter to you, mission. So we want to apply that standard to where we are. Now, I understand that you're not always in your dream job, and most of the time you are on the climb and then eventually get to the dream job. That's why it's stage 6 of our 7 stages to work you love. So I understand that. However, when we apply the sweet spot to our current work as an evaluation metric, we can see, all right, am I doing work that I'm good at? Am I doing work that I love? And am I doing work that is producing results that matter to me? If the answer is no on any of those, that allows us to make some changes. But the reason we put the sweet spot test to this question is so that we see, are we moving towards our sweet spot? Are we moving towards it? So we're evaluating, hey, I took this job because it allowed me to get into my sweet spot, and I stay in that sweet spot so that I keep moving towards the dream job. Or, hey, it's not my sweet spot, but it's the necessary position. It's where I need to be in order to step into that sweet spot. Then I want to stay in my sweet spot even as I get promoted, stage 5, into stage 6, the dream job. So you want to always say, okay, where do I sit here? Where do I stand? And that leads to the second thing. Am I on the ladder? Because if the answer is I'm not in my sweet spot, that's okay as long as it's got me on the ladder, on the rung of the ladder that allows me to get into that sweet spot and then into the dream job. So that's what you're looking at, always evaluating. Now you must be good at the job. If you're not good at the job, we got a real problem, because that's where everything starts. Progress and advancement must be connected to the fact that you're actually good at the job. You don't have to love the job, passion, and the job doesn't have to produce results that matter deeply to you, mission, if you are on the ladder. Because we can put up with not being where we want to be, knowing that we are making progress to that destination. So reevaluating should be something you do at least once a year, at minimum once a year. I like looking at it a couple times a year. Let's look at the start of the year. Let's look at the end of the year. As we're preparing for the end of the year, as we're preparing for the beginning of a year, wonderful time of reflection and wonderful time for us to kind of say, okay, where am I? Am I making the progress that I want to make? Even if I'm not making progress, am I where I'm needed? And am I doing what I know I've got to do? So, very, very exciting stuff for you to think through, because as you're reevaluating and you're assessing, well, you know that you're doing what you need to do, or you know what you need to do. And this is going to give you tremendous clarity, remember, and that gives you confidence to move forward. 844-747-2577. Hey, before we get to the phones, I forgot to mention this. I forgot to tease this. Today is Tuesday. You know what that means, Madison. It's Juice Day. Tuesday, Juice Day. I guess we're going to do that after the break. All right, I forgot to mention that in the tease. This is very exciting. It's installment number 2. Is it here? So you're going to bring it in during the break? Okay, so quick tease on this. This is something, we're doing something new. This is our second week of doing this. I'm going to review a juice, and the only requirements for the team is it's got to be something that they say is healthy for you, gives you energy. So it could be a coffee, could be some homespun concoction. You can email your juice recommendation to the team, ask@kencoleman.com. But I'm going to drink it live on the air and review it. This is not an endorsement. I'm not endorsing it, but I will review it. So we'll see how that goes. So I think Damon, the brand leader, is the guy behind the juice today, which makes me, can I just tell you all, slight bit nervous. I have the feeling he's got something. Because last week, when we did the first one, it was a lovely juice. It tasted great. In fact, I took it back to my desk with me and drank it. It was really good. So I don't know what we got this week. So we'll see what happens. So that'll be a little bit fun coming up after the break. 844-747-2577 is the number. Let's go to Emma in Washington, D.C. Emma, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken. Thanks for taking my call.
You bet, Emma. How can I help?
All right. So I'm a little over half a year into a new job, and I'm absolutely loving it.
Mm-hmm.
So everything is great. The team's great. They're hardworking. The hours are flexible, which is great for our future family down the road. I had a slight salary increase compared to my last job. But basically, apparently I'm at the top of my pay for what the contract allotted for the position.
Mm-hmm.
They also don't really have the best benefits. They don't match a 401k.
Mm-hmm.
Healthcare is expensive, and they have a short PTO cap. So my question is, do I stick around for the stability and flexibility for my family, or do I keep looking for other jobs? I know I'm fairly new into this job, and there is a potential for this job to move on to another contract in a couple years, and the salary should increase tremendously for that. But obviously it's a gamble to be sticking around to see if that would happen. But I'm obviously very happy with my current position. So I wanted to see what your thoughts were on that.
Well, the only thing you haven't mentioned that matters to me
Okay.
is this have you on a professional ladder where if you continue to do a good job, now I know you've mentioned that in 2 years you might get another thing, but is this the kind of work you want to be doing long term? If you look at your professional journey, is this got you on the right mountain that you need to be climbing? And does this allow you to continue to get experience and connections and put you in a place where ultimately you're going to step into the dream job? That's the question I have.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Yes. I did do a lateral move. I had a slightly different career right before this job. And I thought that this one was actually a perfect foot in the door, great experience, great learning experience. And they're actually kind of expanding the position some more. And I'm hoping to ask for a raise because they're expanding the position at some point when I kind of hit closer to that year mark. But I do think that this position is a great stepping stone.
So the only negative then is really the benefits and the 401k match. They aren't great.
They're not great at all.
Yeah, but that's legitimate. So so here's let me make an overall statement. My overall statement is I would never leave a job that you really enjoy and that is positioning you well for your future to step into your dream job, just because they don't have a 401k match or not a good one, or they don't offer benefits because you're a contract employee, I would never leave for those reasons, ever. That's me. That's me. Now, let me also say, I also have zero problem with you looking elsewhere. Okay. And if you can find another role where, again, we check off the things that matter. You're using your talent. You love the work. It's missional for you. And it has got you on the right mountain or the right ladder, whichever analogy you want to use. It allows you to keep climbing to where you ultimately want to get to. And they've got a good match and they've got good benefits. Absolutely. I'd be fine with you leaving to go to that. But but you never leave for benefits or because of benefits. There's just too many other positives going for you. Now, if you can find what I just described, great, leave, go do that too. Because certainly the benefits are nice. And certainly the 401k match is nice. But you can do your own investing. You don't need a 401k match for you to invest, as we teach at Ramsey Solutions, 15% of your income. You don't need that. Is it nice? Sure. But we teach that you would invest 15% above and beyond any 401k match anyway. So I just want you to know why I'm saying what I'm saying. Okay. It's not just all professional. Financially, you should be doing that anyway.
Okay. So I do have one more quick question.
Sure.
So I did hear through the grapevine from some colleagues that because this is a contracted team, that there is possibly not a chance that there would be any raises, at least not in the near future until another contract picks us up. They wouldn't eliminate the position because they need us, particularly for this agency, but that's where I see it's a little bit difficult for me to figure out, like, well, there's a chance that my salary may not increase if I stick around.
But here's the deal. Cross that bridge when you get to it.
Oh, okay.
You're asking me about a bridge that you're not sure if that bridge exists. When that bridge presents itself, then you decide. But remember back to what I just said and what you just said. So I'll remind you what you said quickly. What you said was, love the job, love the company. It's got me on the path that I need to be on. I'm making good money. It provides flexibility and stability because I want to be a mama, a working mama, and it's all those things minus the benefits in the 401k match. And I've already addressed that. Financially, you can afford that. Okay. You are always free to pursue a better opportunity as a result of this opportunity, which will give you the raise that you desire. Stop thinking about what people are saying 2 years from now, because on one hand, at the start of the call, you told me 2 years from now you may get a contract bump anyway, but there's also hearsay. None of that stuff matters. You keep walking forward on the path that you were supposed to walk on, and this is that path. So either replace it with a better opportunity or be really grateful for what you have, and the time for you to move up will become very obvious if you do a great job crushing it. I'm proud of you. Great questions. You got this. 844-747-2577. Let's go to Lafayette, Louisiana now, where Kim joins us. Kim, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. Thank you so much for taking my call.
You bet. What's going on, Kim?
So I'm a 34-year-old full-time single mom. And I'm feeling like I need to make a change in my career life. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed by my options. I did the clarity worksheets, and whenever I think about what I could see myself potentially being happy in, it's a lot of different roles. And so
great.
I'm trying to, but that's also been a problem for me.
Well,
because,
it's just because you're scared to make a decision. And so that's why you called me, and I think we can do this. So here's what I want to do.
Okay.
I want you to tell me the top 3 options. When I hear somebody say, well, I got a bunch of options, here's what I always know, Kim. And so as you begin to share these with me and we go back and forth together, I want you to look for what I have found to be true on the show. Is that when somebody calls and says they got a ton of options, there's always a thread between the options. Let us look for the thread together. And I think what it's going to do is it's going to simplify. It might allow us to consolidate. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
So,
Give me the options.
yes, and so I spent some time thinking about that too, about the thread, because I've heard you talk about that before.
Good.
And it's all more kind of value focused and
Great.
more like facets of the specific job. So it's more like entrepreneurial things, starting businesses, kind of like overseeing businesses. It's like creative type work.
Is that what you have?
Explaining, resourcing, connecting people with things, but it's a lot of different industries. So.
Okay. So all right, so I get you, but let's go to the area. So when you did the Career Clarity Guide, it follows the teaching that I share on the show, talent, passion, mission. Okay.
Right.
So where do you see all the options? Is it in the mission part, the results that you want to create? Is that what you're talking about?
Let me see. So I actually have it in front of me.
There we go. This is going to be fun.
Like I would need to be a good student. So let me see. So which area would I look at? What I do best?
Well, what you just described to me. I'm curious when you said it was value-based is what you said. And then you kind of ran through some things. Very entrepreneurial, starting businesses, serving business. I'm saying, did that come out in the results under mission, or was that under work you love, passion?
Okay, so that would be under like passion.
Okay. So the work you love to do is, what did you write down? Just read it out to me. Give me the brief version.
Development, like personal and societal development, like helping myself and others grow. But then also art and design, sharing resources and information, completing tasks and to-do lists, and then talking about like strategies and solutions and ideas. Okay,
great. So you know what you've done there, which is okay. That's why I'm creating this assessment that's coming out this summer, and I can't wait. Because when left to your own devices on a worksheet, things start to bleed together, right?
Yes.
So that's exactly right. So this is great. So what I want you to do is so the results you want to create, let me tell you what I heard. And we're just going to summarize this. The results, this is mission. Result I want to create. I think you want to create efficiency, and I think you want to create achievement. You want to help people achieve, so businesses win, and I think you also are you're really, you care deeply about efficiency, which is order and excellence.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Yes, definitely.
You might have a little bit of solution in you. You really are about solution. That's systems, solving problems, but I think you're more towards the order and excellence, which is efficiency, to help drive achievement. Does that sound right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, great. So let's just keep that there. See, that's mission.
Okay.
So if you take the assessment that we're coming out with, you're going to score high on efficiency and achievement. Okay? So when then we look at passion, the work you love to do, here's what I heard. I heard finishing, which is all about lists and organization and getting things done there. I heard some planning. I heard some solving. Is that right or wrong?
Yes, all of those things.
Okay, great. Which means, and we're going backwards, folks, which, by the way, this is what's great about talent, passion, mission. It doesn't matter which order you get clarity on. They must all align. So we're actually going backwards. We're going mission first, and now we went to passion. Let's talk about talent. Okay? Let me just guess. Let me guess that you have the talent of organization, true or false?
Yes.
Let me also guess that you've got some real great people skills that we would call the talent of connection. Is that true or false?
Yes.
Oh, good. This is very exciting. All right. And let's see. I'm also going to say that you have the talent of execution, because not only do you organize thoughts and tasks and everything, you also are a get-her-done lady. Is that true or false?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so now, folks, if you're staying with us at home, let's go in order of talent, passion, mission. Why do we go this order as we fill out Kim's purpose statement? Because we use talent as tools to do the work, passion, okay, to then produce the results, to accomplish those results that matter, mission. So we said that you have the talent of connection, the talent of organization, the talent of execution. You're going to use those talents to do the work of finishing, planning, solving, to help produce results of efficiency and achievement. Specifically, we want to help businesses, companies, entrepreneurial. You want to create something that will allow you to take an idea, maybe around crafts or art, and create a business and do that. So it's less about where we do this right now, Kim. It's more about, this is the what I'm supposed to do. And so once we figure out the what, which is I'm supposed to use my talents of organization and execution and connection to do the work of solving organizational problems, planning as a part of solving those problems, finishing, getting things done. I want to be a person that helps move the needle. And I want to do that so that I can drive excellence. And I want to also drive achievement. So that's the what. So there's lots of different job descriptions in that. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. It feels a little overwhelming.
Yes.
Because I think about these things all the time. I'm like, what roles do I belong in?
That's right. So here's the thing. So now we don't get overwhelmed. You know why we don't get overwhelmed? Because we look at all these options, whether they be a job description for a job that work for somebody else or something you do on your own. You just go, wait a second. Is this exactly what I'm supposed to be doing? Does it allow me to use those talents? Does it allow me to do the work I love to produce results that matter? So all of a sudden you go, yes, 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 or yes, no, yes, whatever. And so now we go, I have tons of options, but now I'm not paralyzed. I just go, which one of these is best for me? Make sense?
Yes.
So that's what you do going forward.
Okay.
Because it could be entrepreneurial or it could be working for somebody else.
Right. And I think, something that I struggle with is the practicality of, needing to meet a specific income or a specific, different variables.
Great. So I got an answer for you. So here's what I want you to factor in. If I need certain income, maybe the best step forward is to go do this kind of work for somebody else. They pay me to do work that I was created to do. And then I start this entrepreneurial thing on the side. Take all the pressure off of this entrepreneurial dream I've always had. Because I don't need to make a living off of it. I just need to make it work. Because I got this day job where I'm in my sweet spot, doing something I really enjoy. It's making me better, giving me more time and connections to build this thing on the side. I build the thing on the side, and then I eventually walk away from working for somebody else to working for myself. That's the path.
Yes.
Come on, Kim. I just heard a big smile on your face. I heard you smile.
Yes, it's just finding that role. It's been discouraging to go to job after job, and landing in positions where the work environment is either toxic or, you get burnt out. And so now I work freelance, but it's just a struggle with the money component of it because it's less than, working for a corporate company.
So here's the deal. If you find a situation where it's truly not toxic, it's not ideal, it's not great, you take that day job. You take the day job knowing that you're paying your dues, you're putting the time in. I had to do this, you're going to have to do this. Kim, there's no silver bullet. So I will tell you that there's going to be a little bit of excuse making. I can hear it in your voice and I understand it. I've been there. It's because the journey so far has been a little discouraging. But now that you have clarity on the type of work that you know you're supposed to do, let's go look for the best environment possible. It's not the be-all, end-all. It just gets that stability in place and the money we need, okay? So that's the income we need, and now we focus on the impact we want to make through that side hustle. You just have to choose, and you make it work because you see the big picture. Don't overthink this. 844-747-2577. Coming up, it's Tuesday Juice Day. Damon, the brand leader, bringing the juice today. We'll drink it, we'll review it, we shall have fun, and in the news. Don't move. This is the Ken Coleman Show. Hey folks, Ken Coleman with you. If you've ever had to look for a job, you know it's stressful. Combing through job openings and feeling lost in the shuffle. ZipRecruiter knows that the general experience of looking for a job is pretty sucky. That's why they figured out a way to make it unsucky. When you sign up on ZipRecruiter.com, you can create a free profile. Then you get matched to great jobs, plus a lot more. Go to ZipRecruiter.com right now to sign up, absolutely free, and put ZipRecruiter to work for you.
We were drawn to Christian Healthcare Ministries because we both had young families and we wanted to have more children. And we had also just started a real estate company and needed to find healthcare coverage that would meet our needs.
We were attracted to CHM because of its low monthly costs and the ability to negotiate medical costs down.
Established in 1981 and accredited by the Better Business Bureau, CHM is here to meet the needs of your growing family or small business. Check us out at chministries.org.
We absolutely believe in it.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show, where we help you go from paycheck to purpose. 844-747-2577 is the phone number, 844-747-2577. Okay. The team and I have been talking about doing something fun to be entertaining, but also to be informative. And so I believe we've come up with this. I'm very excited about this. This is our second installment every Tuesday here live on the program, and you can watch it later. I am going to sample some type of beverage that is basically two characteristics matter. It must be healthy and it must promote energy. Those are the only two requirements, okay? So if you've got suggestions, we want to have some fun with this, and you can email us, ask@kencoleman.com. Now, as of right now, Madison, the producer, and Damon, the brand leader, he's the corporate suit that makes sure I do everything I'm supposed to do, and he's pulling the strings. I'm just a puppet. Damon's very powerful. And so it's really left up to the crew to come up with the beverage. So today's beverage, zoom in here. I don't know what it is. And this is fabulous. Madison brought this in during the commercial break. Can you zoom in on this? Let me tilt this so you can see this. There it is. Zoom in. Do not open until you've taken a sip. That's nervous laughter right there. So here's what's contained, and then we're going to get to it. This is some type of marketing copy about the beverage from the manufacturer. Because, again, I'm not endorsing these drinks, at least not yet. The minute somebody pays me and it meets the test of is it healthy and is it good for energy, then I will endorse it. But this is just a review. So there it is. I'll get to this in a second, but I'm not allowed to look at it, Amanda. I don't know why. But this is what I'm dealing with. Here it is. I'm not allowed to smell it either. So without any further ado, I got to tell you, there's some folks watching in the lobby. I'm truly scared, as I know Damon too well. I feel like this is going to be some sort of punishment for all of the frustration I've caused this poor man as he tries to lead me. Here we go. Oh, gosh. Okay, now this, I need to point out that I am going to be brutally honest. That is awful.
Do you know what it is?
Well, I'm going to describe it. Gosh. First of all, it's lukewarm, which I'm not a fan of lukewarm beverages. Honest to God, it tastes like I just drank pickle juice. To me, it tastes like some type of pickle juice, or some plant.
You nailed it.
Did I get it?
Nailed it.
I nailed it? What is this? The name of the juice is pickle juice? This is a brand? Okay, here we go. Pickle juice is the only product on the market scientifically proven to stop muscle cramps. Well, that's great. God, I think it stops muscle cramps because you don't want to do anything but sit still and throw up. Maybe that's the deal, the convulsiveness from throwing that up. Personal story on this in a second. A cramp happens because of the neurological response to a physiological problem. Whether you're missing something from your diet, exhausted from exercise, or dealing with poor circulation, pickle juice uses a proprietary grain and blend of vinegar. Yeah, it was very vinegary. So is this, Damon, is this actual just straight juice from a pickle, or is this, they're calling it pickle juice? Because it does have a heavy vinegar taste.
You know, I never took a look at what the actual ingredients were. I just know, that I'm a sweater.
And a very intense workout guy.
Yeah.
There he is, folks. Look at this guy.
So,
look at it. It looks like Mr. Clean hit the corporate world.
Did a run of the Grand Canyon about 3 years ago and found this stuff right before.
Pickle juice.
Every time I hit the 20-mile mark, I just always seized up with cramps. Found pickle juice. Didn't have an issue with it after that. Took 5 bottles of this with me to the Grand Canyon.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, now I know why you ran so hard. It's awful.
It's extra strength at that.
This is extra strength? Oh, that's the thing right there? Oh, my gosh. So this is the promise. Not only will pickle juice stop you from cramping immediately, it'll help you recover with our blend of vitamins and minerals. Well, listen, let me tell you how you got to drink this stuff. You got to do this number, okay? Because it's brutal. This is not fun. 5 bottles of that. Wow. Now, here's what's interesting. So my wife, Stacy Coleman, loves pickles, as do I. But about 4 or 5 months ago, I come to the kitchen one night, and she's drinking out of the jar of pickles. There were no more pickles. She's drinking it, and I go, whoa, 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 what's happening right now? She went on to tell me how good it is for you. So that's actually out of the jar. This is a different concoction. Let me tell you, folks. Oh, that's awful. That's awful. There it is. Pickle juice. Tuesday Juice Day. If you've got a suggestion, ask at kencoleman.com. Send your juice recommendation, and Madison will be happy to get it. Also, I want to point out in this juice situation, it can be a juice or it can also be a coffee or any kind of liquid that is, again, healthy and supposed to give you energy, because I'm always talking about the juice. But remember this, whether it's pickle juice or fruit juice or whatever, the real juice is when you use what you do best, your talent, to do work you love, your passion, to produce results, to accomplish results that matter to you, mission. That's how you get the juice. Whew! That's rough. All right, it's time for In the News, Nathan. All right, 6 states are offering return-to-work bonuses up to $2,000 for unemployed residents. What is happening in our world? This is a story actually from people.com. That's a tabloid rag, but somehow they put out an actual news story. Governors of 6 states have now begun to offer cash incentives to encourage residents to reenter the workforce. In May, Montana was the very first state to announce it would be replacing federal unemployment benefits with a return-to-work bonus amounting to $1,200. New Hampshire and Oklahoma follow with their own plans. Weeks later, New Hampshire now is paying $500 and $1,000 bonuses to residents who start part and full-time jobs, and Oklahoma is giving $1,200 to those who accept full-time work. Arizona, Connecticut, and Colorado are offering one-time $1,000 payments to unemployment recipients who start part-time jobs and $2,000 payments to those who get a full-time job. Connecticut and Colorado, however, are putting contingents out there that you must complete 8 weeks of work. And see, this is where government benefits never solve a problem. Some smart people in Connecticut and Colorado said, here's what we're going to do, Joe. We're going to give them the thing, the $2,000, but they got to work for 8 weeks, and that'll keep them on the job. Wrong. They're going to quit after 8 weeks. You watch. Folks, I'll get to that in a second. Workers in New Hampshire and Arizona are only eligible for payments if they make less than $25 per hour. And 25 states have now decided to drop the federal government's unemployment program, which provides a $300 weekly supplement. Okay, let me tell you the real reason behind this and why this will not work. Do you know why people aren't really, truly wanting to return to work? It's not just because the benefits are disincentivizing. They are. Let me be clear. I don't get political in the show. I'm not going to argue with you 2 seconds. If you send me an email or you reach out to me on social media, I'm not going to read it. So spare your keyboard courage taking a shot at me. I'm right. You're wrong. Okay? We'll just leave it at that. Okay? There is zero argument that the additional federal unemployment benefits are disincentivizing people. Of course they are. They're making more money many times to sit at home and watch Netflix and eat ice cream than they will go to work. But remove the unemployment benefits. You're not going to just have a bunch of people flooding back to work. Here's why. And this is why the Ken Coleman Show exists. But I'm just going to break this down for you. The real reason that people don't want to go back to work and why people will quit after the 8-week bonus or whatever is because they don't want to work in those type of jobs anyway. Well, Ken, it's kind of obvious. Well, wait a second. Hey, companies, leaders, I'm the guy that's talking to people you're trying to hire every day. I'm the guy that's talking to people that are leaving you every day. I'm the guy that's talking to people who don't want to come work for you in those jobs. When you are talking about lower wage jobs, hourly wage jobs, leaders, listen to me. To get those people to come to work, you must show them that by taking that job, they are taking a step towards their desired future. They are stepping on a ladder that will not only just pay them, but will develop them and grow them on their journey. Do you know why young people go to work for Chick-fil-A at 16 and become managers at 20, and 22, and 25 and become senior leaders and VP level leaders? Do you know why? Because Chick-fil-A, my friend Dan Cathy, they have a leadership vision that is attached to every job. They want to keep people. They want to develop people. They want to promote people from within. Hey, Hardee's. Hey, Sonic. Hey, Lumberyard. Hey, plumber. Hey, electrician. Hey, restaurant manager. You want to get people in? Show them a ladder. See, when people just look at your job as a job, they're not motivated to do that. But what we have lost as leaders, what we have lost in our culture is the idea that, wait a second, it doesn't have to be the dream job right away. Folks, it's stage 6 in my 7 stages. Stage 1 is get clear. Stage 2 is get qualified. Stage 3 is get connected. Stage 4 is get started. Stage 5 is get promoted. Stage 6 is get the dream job. Folks, it's up the mountain. But people will climb if they know that this is a mountain they're supposed to climb. You better give them a vision. This is why politicians will never fix unemployment problems. Because politicians, most of them, have no freaking clue how to cast a vision. Politicians have no freaking clue how to lead and serve people. Politicians have no clue how to build a business. But leaders, because I know you're listening to me, you're having a hard time finding workers, and you come to an EntreLeadership event and ask me that question, I'm going to, in front of everybody, go, tell me what kind of work a person needs to enjoy doing for this. You have a narrative problem. You don't know how to describe the type of work you're offering. You don't know how to share a vision for, if you do this now, you do a good job, 6, 12 months from now, you can move to this position and this pay and then get this training, move here. You're not showing people a future. You're trying to fill a job. Wait a second, Joe, is it that simple? It actually is. You want to get people back to work, leaders? Cast a vision for their future. That doesn't mean that everybody's going to come flocking to you, but more than you have now. Why do I teach talent, passion, and mission? Hey, leaders, wake up. What if you said, hey, for this position, we need people who are talented at this, this, and this. People begin to identify with that. Hey, that's me. I'm good at that. There's some pride there. What if you say, hey, we need people who love doing this. And instead of saying we need a cashier to take orders at a fast food restaurant, what if you said, hey, we need people who are really good at making people smile. We need people who are really good at taking care of others. We need people who really enjoy making people satisfied and happy. Now, that's an identity thing. People begin to identify with that. Hey, what about mission? Hey, we need people who want to serve others. That's a different narrative. You begin to catch the hearts and the minds of people who say, oh, I never looked at this job this way. And if you do that and then attach it to a future that allows them to grow, I didn't say that leadership was easy. I just said it was simple. There's a difference. So I'm here for you. Companies, you leaders out there, you want to know how to attract people? It's all about the narrative that is attached to opportunity for them to get where they want to go. Duh. If we did more of that, we have more people in the workforce, more people active, more people moving forward. So there you go. All right, folks, that is going to do it for me. But before I let you go, remember this. You matter, and you do have what it takes. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, this is the Ken Coleman Show. Press on.